Hello, friends. This is just weird because it isn't an official, on-the-air radio interview type thing. But it's B-sox, and joining me in studio today is our buddy and pal, Jacob Beals, who you do a little bit of everything in the building, right?
Yeah, my main thing's production, but I'm also on air on KJJY a little and do traffic and a lot of other things too.
Well, the reason we have you in today is you and I both saw Black Widow this weekend.
Yep.
And I got to tell you off the bat real quick, it was my first time in the movies since February 29th, 2020.
It felt good to be back at the movies, I bet. It's been a long time coming, and it's one
really
of my favorite
was.
activities.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, me and the kid would go see movies, or I have no problem going to movies on my own and all that.
Me too.
Anyways, jumping to the point of this, Black Widow came out this weekend. First Marvel cinematic release in a while, probably since
Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah,
That's been
yeah.
like 2 years, which is crazy.
Yeah, Marvel needed a break from the theater, though.
Yeah, they kind of got it, and it worked out for them, I think, really well. Like, weirdly, the pandemic actually helped them, but...
Well, it was one of those things, after you come off something like Endgame and that whole series, you're like, let's take a little break.
Yeah,
So-
and even if it would have ended there, I think I would have been okay. I'm happy it keeps going, but that would have been a good stopping place. But you're right, I think this break is really nice.
Well, that's something to think about. What else Marvel could have done if they would have ended at Endgame and just decided, okay, now we're going to start something completely new.
Yeah.
Instead of working in this universe, we may come back to it at some point, but we're going to start something new. Anyways, Black Widow, what'd you think?
I liked it. I thought it was... Normally, I'm not really big on prequels, but... I like this one quite a bit. It's not my favorite Marvel solo story, but I still enjoyed it a lot.
I thought it was interesting. I was talking to the movie guy I talked to on Fridays, Mike Reyes, who you can find all our reviews at the website, kggo.com. I told him if it would have came out right after Civil War, it would have been a great movie. I think I would have liked it a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed it. I really did. I thought it was fun. I thought the ending was a little shaky, but we can talk about that in a second. But I love the family stuff. I love ScarJo.
Yep.
She's just great.
Oh, and anything.
And my wife and I were talking about it. We think the thing she has that Brie Larson and like Captain Marvel don't have is likability.
Yeah.
It's easy to like her and her character, and, just she plays it so well.
I think also her character is written a little better. I feel like with Black Widow, they rushed into it. Because if you see Brie Larson in movies like Room and Short Term 12, she's fantastic. She's
I'm not
like
saying
the
she's
best.
a bad actress.
Yeah, it's just, I think something didn't mesh right there with Captain Marvel.
I just don't think the Captain Marvel stuff is... I don't think it's likable.
Yeah, you're right, and I think that goes back to how it's written and just how it was directed and stuff.
No.
Yeah.
It's not that Brie Larson's bad at anything. It's just it's hard for me to like Captain Marvel, but Black Widow, I came out of that. Mike Reyes, he told me that, and just some of the other reports I'd read, that it's not the best Marvel movie, and I saw some stuff on social media that
some people said it was kind of like a filler or something.
Yeah, I came out of it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was fun. You get to the ending, and I don't want to spoil too much for some people, but you go back to Avengers, and you see the helicarrier, and then they show, and cover your ears, Beal, but they show this Russian rickety piece of flying through the air. And it's like, how is that not falling out of the sky without anybody doing anything to it?
It's true. I know. It's like, I don't know, they got the power somehow to keep it up there.
But no, the ending was... I think they kind of wasted Taskmaster. The gender swap didn't bother me at all.
It was a good twist, what they did there.
Yeah.
It makes sense for the story.
But I just think it was kind of a wasted character because I wanted more of that fight between Taskmaster and the Red Guardian.
Yeah, that's true. I did too. And it's one of those things like, I don't know if I want to say it because I'm going to get into a spoiler, but... There's something that happens that makes you... I guess I want more of Taskmaster, and I'm not sure if we're going to get it after this movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. This is a special just review of the movie Black Widow, which Jacob Beals, my guest in here, and I saw this weekend. Without spoiling too much, I thought the post-credit scene was a little weak, too.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, okay. I kind of get, and I know that this was supposed to be the first appearance of a certain person. Due to the pandemic, things got shifted around, so we saw her somewhere else. They're setting up the Hawkeye series, right?
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
And it was kind of like, okay, I don't know. my buddy, I don't know if I can say this because it might spoil too much. He asked a question, and if you have not seen the movie, just stop listening here because I am going to pose a question to you because it is an interesting question.
Okay.
So in 3, 2, 1, now spoilers are going to happen free for all, and you've come to that.
Yeah,
world.
you heard our non-spoiler thoughts, so we'll go into the spoilers.
So are they moving towards Dark Avengers or Thunderbolts?
It looks like it. I kind of hope
which
so.
one?
Oh, I kind of got the vibe more of Thunderbolts just from what I've seen.
Yeah.
And I like that. I think that's cool. I hope they do it.
I was telling my buddy, I think they're going Thunderbolts because they have complete control over that.
Yeah.
Because Norman Osborn is the leader of the Dark Avengers,
Mm-hmm.
and Venom's in there. It's one of those, it's like, I could see them being, you know what, we don't want to deal with Sony on this. We just want to do our own thing.
And Thunderbolt Ross keeps appearing and stuff.
Yeah.
Like William Hurt was in this too. And you notice how he was weaker. He looked weaker. And I wonder if he's going to be that Red Hulk.
He's coming.
Yeah.
Red Hulk is totally coming.
Uh-huh.
Well, that was the thing. If you think about it, in Civil War they brought it up, in this they brought it up, and I think they may have had, I can't remember for sure, but I think in Infinity War there was like a quick reference to there's always something about his health.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, hey, is this your second triple bypass?
Yep.
This your second, this or that?
And I think William Hurt, he's a good actor, and it's good to see him pop up and things. He's a good Thunderbolt Ross, so I hope we get to see him still. That would be cool. Red Hulk would be awesome, I think. And it looks like also, if you look at the Shang-Chi trailer, that, what's his name? Abomination's still there, so he's coming back too, so...
Does the Shang-Chi trailer do anything for you?
I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
The main actor, I can't think of his name, but I watched a sitcom called Kim's Convenience, a Canadian show.
Yes.
And he was on that, and
Yeah.
I love that show. So I'm excited to see him be a Marvel hero now.
That one looked... I'm interested to see how they work the 10 rings back in it.
Yeah.
Because it was already kind of in the Iron Man world.
Mm-hmm.
And, with the Mandarin reveal and all that.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see how it kind of... Trevor. I'm interested to see how I'm more interested in, that's the part that I'm like, okay, is this going to stick out like a sore thumb because they're trying to retcon so much? Or is it going to be cool because it's like, okay, here's the real story.
Yeah.
And it's acceptable. But, boy, they showed a trailer for Eternals before this.
It looks kind of artsy. And the director of it won Best Director last year at the Oscars for No Man's Land.
Yeah.
So it's like, I wonder if they're kind of going to it looks like an indie movie or something.
I don't, it to me, and this is a conversation, again, I've had with Mike Reyes where we were talking about, when you go back and you look at Guardians of the Galaxy, everybody had a little trepidation about it because nobody knew. Guardians weren't, one of the top of the line Marvel comics. It was a comic that, if you were into it, you probably knew about it. Mm-hmm. But like your general, just Marvel fan had no idea what it was all about, right? Yeah. Eternals, I think, is going to be a hard sell for people.
Oh, even harder than Guardians was, I think,
And I think Guardians worked because you had a great, perfect cast for it with the perfect director, with the perfect vision for what he wanted to do with it. And it was goofy enough that you went, okay, a raccoon and a talking tree. But then all of a sudden it's like they're two of your favorite characters.
Yeah.
Eternals is going to be a hard sell. Do you have that perfect script, the perfect director, and the perfect cast all in the same place to make this thing work?
I hope so. I'm looking forward to it in some ways just because I think it's going to be so different. My other question is, where were these guys? It's like what Thanos snapping wasn't good enough for you. Like, we can sit this out, Yeah. I don't know. It just makes it like I saw this really great meme with Grandpa Joe and how he it was doing the thing from the trailer, and he's like, he never interfered until now, until he gets the golden ticket. Well, so far they're the Grandpa Joe of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I hope they change my mind in this movie.
You're not far off, but anyways, as we kind of wrap, as we kind of wrap this up, going back to Black Widow, I really enjoyed it. I want more of the Red Guardian. I want more of her sister.
Oh yeah, Florence Pugh, the actress that plays her. Every movie she's in, she elevates the movie a little bit, I think. She's that kind of actress. Like, her character could have just been a boring side character in this, but she was great. And now I'm excited to see what they do with her character. If you ever see, like, Midsommar, that's a pretty crazy movie. And the one, WWE one, Fighting With My Family, she was great in that.
Really?
Yeah, and she's a great actress. So every movie I'm seeing her
was
in...
Was she Paige in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's fantastic in it. And then Little Women, she got a supporting actress nomination for her. And so everything she's in, she's always popping up in these things now. I'm like, like, wow, she's like my favorite part of the movie, So
she was really funny in it, and just the family dynamic. It's not really a family, but it totally was.
Yeah.
It was so great.
and just the whole thing, the vest thing cracked me up, like, and the posing thing.
So many. The posing thing I've made fun of before.
Yeah, well, it's true, and it's funny they pointed it out. Like,
Yeah. I'm not a poser. Well, Beals, thank you so much for taking a couple minutes with me. I'm glad you enjoyed the movie, and we'll talk about movies more, okay?
It was fun.